What can I say about Dan? Dan is a rare individual who cares for people and extends a hand to anyone he meets. Dan makes everyone feel special, regardless of the status of the person, regardless of the position, regardless of where he is. He's always there to help and to make you feel very good.
The most difficult is when you have people that come in and they put all their hope and faith in our instructors, our staff, and I'll miss the students, number one. I see a lot of students that we have to pump them up, we have to encourage them and have faith in themselves, and also that they're learning, and we have a very dedicated staff. I've been around in Southern California and over here, and I feel like we had a very strong staff in Southern California, but right now I think we have a very dedicated staff that go beyond their 40 hours at work, and that they give a lot to the students. And I'll be missing the contact with the students, greeting them, and also the staff too. We have staff that sometimes they never had experience things that I have experienced, but at least they're learning from example. Who's gonna help her? Yeah. If you were in that relation, what would you do? Leave? Where? You don't work, you don't have rent, you don't have a place to go. Plus you haven't worked. Can you picture a husband hitting a wife? You know the saddest thing to this story was the kids. That the kids used to see mom beat up. She would grab a knife.
I've known Dan Morales for the last 32 years. It's been since, I believe, 1982 when I first met Dan Morales. I believe CET at that time was on Market Street. But Dan, I can describe, in my opinion, in 5 words. Graciousness, he's gracious, he's respectful, he's compassionate, he's inspirational to many of us, and most of all, he's a true friend. He's a true friend in every sense of the word. My family has always been supportive to what I have done at CET, and also I have put an example for my kids to give than just to receive. We have a very strong family values and culture, but we share that with the people that we work with. All my kids are involved in giving back to people that really not experience what we have, especially a family.
When I think of the mission of CET and think of Dan, how he lives that mission, I think of a person who is caring, who is concerned about other human beings, who is very, very aware of his responsibility in carrying out the mission of CET. And so I think that looking at Dan and the rest of us, no one else lives the mission the way that he does.
In 1971, I came to work for CET, and 2 months after I left Safeway, my wife tells me I'm pregnant, and I went to Human Resource, and we didn't have insurance, so I had to go back to Safeway and carry the insurance for Kaiser, and it was $39 a month, and we were expecting our daughter, and we already had this house in here. And that's one. The other one is when we were in Coachella, and we could have had closed 3 centers, El Centro, Coachella, and Riverside, but we had a lot of support from some of the local people from rehab. Rene Garcia helped me a lot with individual referrals. I got monies from the CAP agency to do a weatherization, where Russ Tushy used to say that I got a $25,000 grant, and I spent $35,000 but not knowing that he used to throw it all the time in the meetings with the directors. But that little 25,000 grant went up to 800,000 from the CAP agency to CET.
He's an amazing guy, great mentor. A lot of what I've known for the last 8 years that I've learned from Dan has been be daring, just do it. Don't worry about what people say. As long as it's right, you'll be fine, Letty. You'll be fine. And he's always had that great advice for me. Why? Because we were the grounds people. We were always out in the community, and we had to face people saying no to us, and we had to also face those who embraced us. And Dan was what allowed me to experience the true identity of what it is to be a community member, someone who's out to speak on behalf of your community or be a representative. And he's been because of that experience, he's been a great mentor. He will always be my mentor.
The farm workers have always been in our family, myself and my father. We were immigrants, and that was the first thing that we ever did, farm worker. And my father would threaten us to go to school or else we're going to be working out in the fields. And we used to say, Dad, we know how to speak English now. And those are the memorable things that I always remember my dad. But in 1974, we got funded by the Department of Labor to train farm workers. And it was easy for us to relate to a lot of the farm workers because San Jose changed from agricultural canneries to Silicon Valley. And those were the people that were first displaced here in the valley. Training, getting away from those dead-end jobs, the minimum wage, or being harassed, or maybe working in the fields. You know, I worked in the fields and I know what it is. And we were talking about with a new student that's trying to get in. And those are the sacrifices that we have to make. You know, your family, your kids, and what you're doing right now. You're putting an example for your kids that you're studying, that you come every day, where you learn English, or you get up early at 5 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock. You're making a sacrifice, but it's the benefit for you and your family. Once you establish your family, you have a job and you can feed your family, you can pay the rent, and say, Mija, you're gonna go to college, you're gonna go to Berkeley. You know, keep that on your kids. You know, los que no están casados no se casen. Yeah, but those that are not married, don't get married. Get a job first. You know, my father always said, do the things right. Get a job, go to work, have a house, and then I'll come and ask for the hand of your wife. Have you ever seen an ugly flower? No. And you guys are beautiful. You guys are like my sunshine.